Shalom, I'm Saint Jediael with Saints of Israel. Right, I'm just making a quick video going over why Christmas is not to be celebrated. It's evil, it's of the devil, it has nothing to do with Christ. Okay? I'm going to start with Colossians chapter 2, verse 8. Okay? There's a book of Colossians chapter 2, verse 8. Beware, lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit. What is that saying? That's saying don't let any person come and corrupt your mind, okay, with their own ideas or ideas of men, okay, philosophies of men, right? After the tradition of men, as it says right here, after the rudiments of the world and not after Christ. Well, guess what? Christmas is one of those vain philosophies, okay? Vain deceit. It's one of those traditions of men, and it's of the rudiments of the world, not after Christ. Even though it's called Christmas, it has nothing to do with Jesus Christ, the Black Messiah. Okay? Now, I'm going to go to Jeremiah chapter 10. Okay? This is the book of Jeremiah chapter 10. And this specifically talks about the Christmas tree. All right? This is the book of Jeremiah chapter 10. I'm going to start at verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord. See, these are not my words. These are not the words of Jeremiah. These are words of the Most High God. Okay? It says, hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Jeremiah 10, verse 2. Thus saith the Lord. Learn not the way of the heathen. Who are the heathen? The heathen are the other nations who are not Israel. Okay? And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Okay? Because, you know, the whole thing with astrology, stargates, and all that stuff, that's stuff that the other nations, they worry about stuff like that. They follow horoscopes and stuff. That's stuff we're not supposed to do. Okay? For the customs of the people are vain. That means they're worthless, they're useless, they're lies. Okay? For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with the axe. I'm not sure if you watched that one show. It's with America Ferrera. Okay, they work at a store called Cloud. I forgot the name of the show, but they work at a store. It's supposed to be a fictional Walmart called Cloud 9, right? So America Ferrera, I'm thinking she's probably Issachar or something. She's Northern Kingdom, right? Northern Kingdom sister. Her and her co-workers go out to the forest and she cuts the tree down. They take turns cutting down the tree, okay? But guess what? That's what it's talking about right here. They cut down the tree for the Christmas tree. But today, a lot of you either get a plastic one or you'll go to a place outside, right? A store outside where they have cut trees set outside, okay? But we're not supposed to do that, okay? The work of the hands of the workmen with the axe. Verse 4. They deck it with silver and gold. Okay? So there's a song, and there's even a Christmas song, a famous Christmas song that goes, silver and gold, silver and gold. Okay, so that's how you know this is talking about the so-called Christmas tree. Okay? They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not. They are upright as the palm tree. Because back then in ancient times, they used palm trees. Yeah, instead of the evergreen tree like not us, but our people use today. Okay. But speak not; they must needs to be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good. Because as you know, okay, well you don't know, but okay, in case you don't know, the ancient Babylonian custom was that if you didn't leave any gifts under the tree, right, the tree will come and attack you. That's an ancient Babylonian belief. The whole point of the Christmas tree was to honor Tammuz, who was supposedly the reborn King Nimrod, the Ethiopian king, okay? And it was Semiramis who introduced all of this, okay? So that's what the Christmas tree is all about. The Christmas tree is symbolic for Tammuz. It is evil. Okay, now I'm going to go to one more scripture. I'm going to go to Ezekiel chapter 8. Okay, because Our people, especially when you go to the Sunday Christian church, they honor Tammuz, sun worship. Okay, whenever someone is involved in sun worship and winter solstice, that's what winter solstice is about too. So sun worship. Okay, whenever that's done, okay, they're honoring Tammuz. Same with the so-called Christmas tree. But let's go to Ezekiel chapter 8, 8 verse 14. There's the book of Ezekiel chapter 8 verse 14. Then he brought me to the door of the gate of the Lord's house, which was toward the north. And behold, there sat woman weeping for Tammuz. In the Christian church, what do you see women doing? You see mainly black women. Some Hispanic women too. But you see mainly black women lifting their hands, crying and all that, but that's what this is talking about, okay? But there's that woman weeping for Tammuz, okay? Because it's Sunday worship, right? Sun worship. Then he said unto me, hast thou seen this, O son of man? Turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations than these. Abominations are things that God hates, according to Jeremiah 44:4, okay? Verse 16, and he brought me into the inner court of the Lord's house. And behold, at the door of the temple of the Lord, between the porch and the altar, there were about 25 men, with their backs towards the temple of the Lord, and their faces towards the east. And they worshiped the sun toward the east. I'm going to read that one more time. And they worshiped the sun toward the east. It's all about sun worship, okay? So the whole thing with the Christmas trees, winter solstice, that goes way back, okay? And Christmas has nothing to do with Christ. In fact, Christ wasn't even born December 25th, okay? Go to the book of Luke. Okay, to prove that Christ wasn't born on December 25th. Tammuz and Nimrod were born on December 25th. Okay. Okay, the book of Luke, chapter 2, verse 41. There's a book of Luke, chapter 2, verse 41. Now his parents went to Jerusalem every year at the feast of the Passover. That's around what? March, April. And when he was 12 years old, what? So he turned 12 at this time. They went up to Jerusalem after the custom of the feast. What feast? The Passover. So Christ was actually born during the Passover. Okay? He was not born on December 25th. He wasn't even born in winter. He was born in the springtime. Okay? So, now, I guess you're still thinking Jesus is the reason for the season, huh? Okay, we're going to show you that Christ, I'm going to show you real quick that Christ did not celebrate Christmas. So John chapter... Give me a moment. There's the book of John chapter 10, verse 22. And it was at Jerusalem the feast of the dedication, and it was winter. So Christ was celebrating the feast of dedication. And Jesus walked in the temple in Solomon's porch. Okay, so Christ celebrated the feast of dedication, which was earlier in December. Okay, so he didn't celebrate Christmas. So if Christ didn't celebrate Christmas, why are you celebrating Christmas? Okay, so with that said, I'm Saint Jediael, Saint of Israel.